Goalkeepers, nervous strikers, they'll deliver. Crowd roars erupted, you can feel the quake. 80,000 voices.
Hello there, Nigerian football fans and football fans everywhere. You're welcome to the channel. Now, for me, I feel Igoh Ogbu is Nigeria's own version of Antonio Rudiger. I rate this defender so highly. I know a lot of people have been criticizing my take on him in the last video. Some said, why did I choose to have him in the team instead of Bassey? For me, I think he's a better defender than Bassey. I think he is a better all-round defender than Bassey. But before I get into talking about how good he is in comparison to Bassey, I want to say this. He brings something that I've only seen in Antonio Rudiger, the Real Madrid defender. Now, a lot of people want to say, are you saying this on the level of Antonio Rudiger? Not yet, because Antonio Rudiger has played for Chelsea. He's gone on to play for Real Madrid, has won Champions League. So in terms of caliber, Antonio Rudiger obviously is higher than an Igoh Ogbu. But in terms of pure ability, in terms of pure personality, what they would bring to a team, that doggedness, that rugged spirit, that determination, that fearless spirit, that spirit that, makes you want to mark your striker and don't give him breathing space. I think they are twin monsters, they are twin spirits in my opinion. So obviously Nigeria can get Antonio Rudiger because of course his African heritage is Sierra Leone and he's well and truly been capped for the German international side for years now, so we're not talking about that. But when you talk about what a defender can bring to a team, you can't get Rudiger obviously, then Igoh Ogbu should be someone you should want to have in your team 100%. 100%. That's how I say it. I'm sure some of you would have different opinions in the comment section, but that's what football is all about. It's subjective, to a large extent, and everyone would have their own different opinions. Now, for me, I want to ask this question of people who have said, why do you choose to have, Igoh Ogbu in your starting lineup as opposed to Bassey? Now, for Bassey, I have no issues with Bassey. I think he's a decent player. I think he's been on fine form for Fulham, so no issues with him whatsoever. But ask yourself this question: even if you like Bassey, even if you think he is the best of the best, is he that good enough that he's undroppable? For instance, William Troost-Ekong is so good right now, we can't think of dropping him. Victor Osimhen is so good right now, we can't think of dropping him. Ola Aina is so good right now, you can't think of dropping him. So, would you put Bassey in that class to say he's so good, he's just super outstanding right now, you cannot drop him? Of course you won't. Of course you won't be able to say that. And for me, I think Igoh Ogbu brings that ruggedness, he brings that doggedness, he brings that aggression, he brings pace, he brings that ability to give you that quick switch ball that you need when you're playing, in the African in the AFCON, in the qualifying game, you're playing against African countries that are going to be tough, rugged defenders. You need someone who's fearless. And one thing I've come to notice is people are precious about old heads. By old heads, I mean not necessarily age, but the players who have already been in the team for some time. People are so precious about it. So sometimes when you suggest a young player who is maybe 18, 19, they say, oh, he's too young. Or what can we do with such a young player? He should go play for the 20s first. He should go play for an academy side first. We can't have him in the team. He's too young. Then when you talk about a player that's maybe 23, 24, it's a dual national, maybe eligible to play for Nigeria and Germany, or eligible to play for England and Nigeria, or Ireland and Nigeria, what we get is, oh, we don't want to beg this player. He must show that he really wants to play for us. He must go to the hills of Amadioha and lay his head flat there, before we appease the gods and libate before the hills of Amadioha. And then we can say, yes, he's eligible to play for Nigeria. He wants to play for Nigeria. And then when we talk about players who, have singular nationality, like an Igoh Ogbu, for instance, what do? We say, oh no, we don't want this new guy. We should play in he should only play in friendly games. He's 24. He's not 17 or 18. He's 24. And what people don't get is the pathway for Nigerian players is different. Most of the time, you go from the academy in Nigeria and you move to an Eastern European country, you prove yourself there, and then you move, and then that's how you progress. Now, that doesn't mean you are not good enough. That doesn't mean you don't have the talent sufficient enough for you to play at the top level. It's just because that's the pathway. That is the pathway. And Igoh Ogbu has gone through that pathway. I assure you, he will not be in Slavia Praha for long. I assure you that 100%. I guarantee you, he will not be there. Antonio Rudiger is a phenomenal player, and I think we have got one phenomenal player on our hands. And as Nigerians, I think we should be really grateful that we've got this player and no other country is fighting, or we don't have to compete with any other country for his interest, for his allegiance. So that's one to have to be grateful for. Let's just see this short montage about his stats.
In the 2024-25 UEFA Champions League, Igoh Ogbu averaged 4 tackles per match, showcasing his defensive skills. His passing accuracy stands impressively at 85.5%, showing his ability to maintain possession. Ogbu averages 0.25 yellow cards per match, reflecting his discipline on the field. He recovers an average of 21 balls per match, a testament to his defensive prowess. Moreover, his top speed averages 20.49 km per hour per match, indicating his pace on the field.
And you can see from the short video that he got it statistically. And I want you to actually go watch the player, get some clips and watch, whether it's Wire Scout or you just want to go to a channel on YouTube and check his highlights. Do yourself that favor and watch Igoh Ogbu. Don't just judge from the sidelines without seeing the player. I know we all love Calvin Bassey. He's a very good player, but he's not better than Igoh Ogbu. And what Igoh Ogbu brings, no defender brings that. I'm sorry, that's just the truth. He may not be playing in the Premier League, so people might not rate him. But what he brings to that team, what he will bring to this team, I assure you, everyone is going to be, healthily surprised and very happy at the end. So, wonder what your thoughts are, on opinions are on the discussion I've had so far on today's video. Please subscribe to the channel, click the notification bell so you're notified when I go live on the channel or post a pre-recorded video. So I'll see you on yet another video. Stay well and stay blessed.